So, 여러분,
Sorry. And maybe you start here, or what do you think? Or you can start the microphone and then also the speaker. I think it's going to be enough.
all right. Okay, sure.
Zoom in the middle.
So you're gonna share the screen there. I will be sharing. Okay, got it. It's just trying to figure out. Jinho, what's up, man? Where are you?
I'm
it-
on the bus. On the bus.
Wow.
Can you hear me?
Thanks for the determination.
Yeah.
And
Moving.
what's up? Google. Google.
Ah, yeah, Google.
So nice.
Very nice.
Wow.
I want
Yeah.
one.
Long
So
time
pink.
no see. Yeah.
Did you work with Google? Where did you get the t-shirt? T-shirts or what?
Why are you surprised? I buy Alibaba. I
Yeah.
I did
so-
buy I bought Alibaba.
I want to buy one. Please send me the link.
Eto. No, nightclub. All right, I mess around too much. Hello. All right. All right.
Go to market.
Oh,
Guys, this is Go to Market and Scale, and welcome to. Is it possible to see entire screen? Okay, maybe put it up there or something like that. All right. No, that's better. Okay. So this is Go to Market and all right. The official official opening. Okay, 여러분, welcome back and in person workshop on Founder Institute Korea program. Today's topic is go to market and scale, which is one of my favorite topic here. So we will talk about not secrets. It's basically the right strategy plus determined execution. So let's get to it. So here's the agenda. So I will give you the three major components of this. So expect like a 45 minutes, but it's not going to be boring, right? Trust me, it's not going to be boring. So the A is the theory for the strategy building, right? So we will a little bit tap into the theoretical information. And B, the planning for execution, it's required, which is 50 minutes. And then lastly, execution for traction, AKA growth. Who doesn't want to grow? Don't you want to grow your business?
I don't know.
You don't want to grow? Oh, come on.
We all want.
Who doesn't want to get rich?
Exactly.
Come on, that's the secret. So that's the purpose of today. So let's start with the theory. So I painted the slides according to this flow. Basically, theory is a bit up in the air, right? And then planning for execution is coming to the ground level. And execution for the traction is the core, which is you will notice that the colors also like air color, ground color, and so on. So let's start with this. So theory for execution strategy. So what is a go-to-market anyways? So it's pretty much self-descriptive terminology actually, but it's oversimplified. It's too tightly packed, that term. That's why we need to unpack this. So go-to literally means like strategic initiatives to conquer the market. I mean, sorry, this is the figurative in business meaning. So literally means practicality. Go to. You know, right? If you add anything into in English, like, it means like practicality. So the market or markets means they're literally market. There has to be market, right? So to go and sell there. So there is a market. You're going there practically with a strategy and sell there, obviously. So what we need to be careful about the market is that we're gonna talk a little bit overview, which is the economics, which is the sales, buyers, prices, total expenditures, etc. these are the economics. We divide it into two main buckets of the GTM. So economics and the socioeconomics. This is also related because the cultural languages, people preferences, their feelings, yada yada. So everything like this is a little bit like social part and hardcore economics part exists for the go-to-market strategy to understand this really, right? So also the prioritization is one of the most important things here. So to highlight the theories up there. So in order to achieve the product market fit in that particular market, so prioritization, one of the most important, that's what I mean is like, it's just like packing for a trip. You will focus on most important items, right? So to preparing your luggage, which is your some pants, some t-shirts, some underwear, right? So it has to be that way. Then maybe fancy stuff on the nice jacket and accessories, blah blah. So you would use that space for that kind of thing. You will prioritize. Or if you're building a house, you wouldn't build a roof first. You will build the foundation, right? So this is all about the prioritization. So the question is, does it really worth it or not? And how to prioritize. So hint is here, making it as with moving, with removing the frictions and make it more modular. This strategy to go to market in order to reprioritize and then evolve with the feedback loops and so on. So I will give more details on that on the prioritization. So in the execution part mostly. So I want to be, theory should be a little bit quick because we really value the really doing things. So expect at the end of this workshop, you will do something. Right, and also I will also tap into the FI deliverables. I know you love them. Right? Who doesn't love the FI deliverables? Right? Yeah, crying. And it's rated some deliverables like 3 hours. What? Right. All right. So evaluating the next topic about the theory is evaluating the different growth models. So you might heard product-led growth. Is anyone who heard product-led growth? Can you raise the hand for audience? We only have 3 audience. DK, do you know what is product-led growth? Nope. All right. I'll go to ask, I'm sorry. Jinho, do you know what is product-led growth? Ginny, product-led growth.
I just guess.
All right.
I just guess.
Okay.
Not clear.
Do you know any idea?
Yeah, product-led growth.
Yeah. Do you have? Do you know it, or just should I explain based on the audience? That give more detail because the audience is small here, like 3 people or 4 people. Let me explain. Just to highlight because some majority of people don't know. Similar here. So so evaluating different growth models is like choosing the right vehicle for a trip again. So these are the vehicles actually. So analyzing the various options to see which aligns with your resources, market condition, desire, and then desired speed of growth as well. These vehicles. So a combination is also okay, but case by case. You can also use this framework into your pitch, which is product growth or partners. So product growth means you build components that is the vital engine is built into it, the product. For example, your users should be able to invite other people and embed it into your product, refer your friends and get 25% discount, something like that. So, and the product entire design has to be aligned with this and engineered that way. So that is called product growth. So product itself drives the growth. That what means in short. Let me put the time in front of me because otherwise I will be so much scattered around. Right. So the sales growth means obviously there is a push, sales push, but most people think that the sales is all about like going and cold call and sales that kind of. No, actually, you would build a sales team on the ground that is faces with you. I mean, sales means facing with the customers and with the defining some touch points and putting some people and providing some service and so on. So some businesses require sales-led growth, right? So need to be sometimes. Okay, here's the hint here. Anything above, I mean, this is the US data, but I don't know here in Korea works. Anything above roughly $2,000 check, $2,000 basket size, generally require customer service, sales.
Yeah.
That is a golden rule.
Right.
Maybe it could be $1,000. It doesn't mean that. Let's say you're selling something. What is it? Can I just quickly? Let's say you're selling this book, maybe $10, but in order to learn your audience, you might want to sell one by one. As a founder, the most important person, most important item. So remember your pitch deck. So also your product as well. So, but it's not a scalable model. So you might need to sell a system somewhere. But if it is something, let's say your company a little bit growth that you don't as a founder involve anymore, you delegate it at the functions, sales function. Anything about $2,000, some sort of customer relationship, they want to see the people. Want to ask, like, have you ever buy an item without even talking with salesperson, an expensive item? Have you ever buy a car? You have a car?
My husband.
You have.
I don't drive.
Probably he talked with some people. What is the most expensive item that you never talk with someone?
Yes. No.
No?
Insurance.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe the gas
Yes,
that I fill into the car.
but it's not expensive, right? So about $2,000.
Oh, you
Price tag.
above 2,000.
Yeah,
That we
yeah.
talk about.
Yeah,
Mm,
I can give you an example. This laptop is damn $5,000
mhm.
because full pack, like overkill. While I was thinking I was maybe drunk. And I buy this one. Oh, I should buy the most because the previous laptop was speeding up and heating up. I should buy the one 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte. So then I bought this. And then Apple built a system, built a sales pipeline that is don't even require it because huge, but you're not Apple. You're not a $3 trillion company. $3 trillion. Okay. Thank you for the DK for mentioning. It's a good point. So partner-led growth means you incentivize some other people, but as a major strategy that brings you sales. Or sometimes your entire business is relying on that, such as the Retail Lagoon is like literally the partnership business. It's all about partnership. Partnership and sales growth. And then marketing growth means the inbound. So you create content, you create awareness around your business, your branding and so on, advertising, campaigning. So people come to you. A combination, a right mixture of this is required, but I don't have time for deep diving only this one because actually this one is the entire presentation. And you will see this pattern again and again in your pitch that you're gonna ask me, I know it. So we will talk one by one and go deep inside how should be your go-to-market slide on your pitch deck. But all right, let's unpack, put in a shelf. I will open this packages one by one, office hours on go-to-market slides. All right, so let's continue because I want to be aware of the time as well. Wait, where is my emoji? All right, anyway, so I was putting a nice gift there, a funny one, but go on anyway. Maybe a glitch. So messaging. So we talk about go-to-market, about the the economics, which is I will come later, and I want to start a little bit from the emotional part, the social part of the go-to-market strategy. I know you might think that go-to-market and marketing is kind of like vague, like what is the difference and that kind of things. You might think this way. You're right. The difference is here is the go-to-market is a little bit more umbrella term, a little bit more high-level view, right? The marketing is a specific, much more specific. And all right, so that's the reason. So messaging. So let's talk about this. So it's a low letter that is resonated with your customer. So in your deliverable, you will see some tasks, which is I will explain later soon. You will test your audience with a campaign, advertising campaign on LinkedIn, on Facebook or whatever, or Google, and get some clicks and see that messaging works or not. So this is not about your product. I'm not talking about anything about the product here. I'm talking about messaging. So you write down one charming message and then advertise it. Let's see how people are reacting. That's it. And then measuring the conversion rates. How many people click? How much money you spend? Just in sake of understanding, are they resonating or not? Are they reflecting or not? So you will write a love letter to the person that you like. It's not for rejecting, right? You would write something that from your bottom of your heart. In your business, the same. From your bottom of your heart, by caring her, caring him, or caring them, you will write something like this, right? So people get back to and give you more actionable things on the execution part. All right. So unit economics, again, high level view, practical techniques I will give you later. So it's like, imagine you're running a lemonade stand in your neighborhood as a 9 years old. Even such a small business as you know that in the United States, people do this one just for learning the hustle from the earlier ages. You squeeze the lemon, you calculate your cost, and you make some sales. You will open a stand in front of your house and stuff. Unit economics, in an oversimplified way, means cost. How much does it cost each cup of lemonade? That's it. Period. It's really that much simple. Most people ask, what is unicorn? What is it? It's such a cool name, so it makes people overthink. It's actually how much does it cost that one cup of lemonade? There are two major important factors in here, and how much you sell is the price, which is cost of customer acquisition, which is CAC. You will hear this one a lot. And then the lifetime value, right? So these two teams, LTV and CAC, you will hear a lot. There are much more detailed versions of it. Don't confuse. These two stuff is the most important part. What is this? CAC
And LTV.
LTV.
How can we calculate this?
Okay, this is going to come in the execution part. I will circle, but just giving the high level here. So, all right, set up some SMART goals. Have you ever heard what a SMART goal means? You know, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound. So the go-to-market is just like in every business operation, is time manner in order to measure this. If you don't measure, you cannot grow that. You cannot get traction. But I'm not going to get too much detail. Let's go because I want to manage time. So growth planning is like also about preparation and research, strategic planning, execution, optimization, which we are doing right now. Let's go. Advisors. So last theory information. Here's the advisor. Who doesn't have any advisors in his company, in their company? May I know? Do you have advisors in your startup?
You.
Me? Oh my God. I'm really glad to hear that. Appreciate to see me as a really much appreciated. Thank you so much. So DK, do you have an advisor?
Yeah, I have a advisor and mentor.
Right. How about Jinho?
I have.
Yeah, I have a couple.
Including me,
A
right?
couple of ways. Yeah, including you.
Thank you. Come sum it up. Advisors?
Sure. Yeah. Including, definitely.
Advisors? Oh my God. Today is my day, you know.
I don't even have to like think about it. It's like,
Guys, I'm really like, oh my God, okay, speechless. Thank you so much. So most people think that advisors are like elderly guy, just like in this GIF you're seeing in this emoji. Elderly guy, super experienced, something like. No, I mean, as someone who is much younger than you can be your advisor, because maybe that person can have, especially, let's say I want to write a book. I don't know anything about it, but I have some information. I teach something, blah, blah, blah. I want to put it over, but it's a completely different task. So I would get consulting from someone that can help me and become an accountability partner. So accountability partner, big bold letters, is the most important keyword here. Advisors are really functionable when it comes to being an accountability partner. What I mean is like, have you ever heard any words like this? Accountability partner. Do you know what is this? Accountability partner. Someone who makes you accountable. Like, did you do that? Did you do that? Something like that. But voluntarily you give it. Basically, I asked to Jean, like, Jean, I want to achieve to write in the book every week, every month, one chapter detailed to accomplish an 800 pages book. And then Jean is saying that squeezing me out. So, hey, did you write it? So, but of course, not just like squeezing me, just giving advice. You should do that. Let me see. Let me review. That context helps you out for strategic level plus action level as well. So that is very useful. Advice are very useful for accountability and showing the way. Just like that, you're traveling in a new city, let's say in Europe, you don't know anything. If you partner with advisors, he can help you to find out great things in the city, right? So just like a tourist guide. All right, so this is the next part of this. I'm on time, good. Planning for execution, which is, I will try to cover it in 15 minutes. But there is one video, we will watch this one at the end. It's just like, I'm speechless. Maybe 100 times I watched this, like how beautiful it is. Like, I know I'm creating too much expectation right now. Just watch it. I hope we can have time for watching this one. It's about Steve Jobs creating his go-to-market strategy plan in taking the video for internal training purpose for the next computer. Next computer was, I don't know which established it. After he kicked off from the Apple Corporation, that company he built it. After fire, he built this company and built a great innovation there, and they merged, something like that. And he joined back again to the Apple Corporation. That was his idea. I mean, that was the one plan. It was overpriced and targeting to only professionals, which is that next computer was actually the foundations of Pro series that targets the Pro, MacBook Pro and that kind of stuff. So just watch it, how he's analyzing and building his, pitching his go-to-market strategy. So it's not in your deliverables, but I would highly suggest you to build an internal usage or for yourself. If you don't have any team member, it's okay. Create a like 10 minutes long, your strategy. Of course, you need to build the strategy that I will give you, and the deliverables also as well. Build that and take a video, pitch it entirely. So it's super useful. And he did this one in 1992. How many years ago? 30?
Yeah.
30 years ago. He did that in 90. So at that time with the video, of course, he's Steve Jobs, like, but we are in 2023, guys. Like in today technology, like we are everything online right now. If you don't take a video, it's just come on, man. Okay, anyway. So analyzing the competition is one of the most important things. Why I'm showing this video in this slide is he's mostly talking about his competition, but he's not obsessed with the competition. He's obsessed with the people, actually. But watch it, how beautifully he's analyzing this, the competition, how he's trying to align with it, because it's all about the market. Not just the product. I mean, you need to build custom obsessive, but also a market. You can't ignore it. So basically, you can make the SWOT analysis for the market as well. So this is what he's doing in the video. So, I mean, what is the strength? What are your competitors doing well? What can you learn from them, these competitors? You might not have a competitor, but think again. You might be competing with something else competitor. Let's say when you're planning for travel, let's say a woman can make a decision of between a nice brand shoes versus going Italy or going in another country for this, like both $3,000, let's say, or a bag, a Gucci bag versus going for a trip in Japan. Are they not relevant like that much, right? But they're competing each other. So think again, you should be in some sort of competition. You should be a disruptive company. Doesn't have to be direct things that what they're exactly doing, but what is your competition? That's why analyze it. So weaknesses means what are the gaps in their strategies. So you need to benchmark them somehow. Sometimes recommend it, not sometimes. Sorry. How can you capitalize on these? How can you capture and take advantage of their weaknesses of your competitors? What are the underserved market segments that is not tapped into? So what are the new trends that haven't tapped into? So, and what are the threats out there? Like, what are the external factors? Maybe the market is shrinking. Let's say it's the printing industry. Maybe market is shrinking, but maybe online publishing has a big growing trend. Jumping on growing trends makes sense, guys. Like, but even though let's say you're in the printing industry, you still can make a lot of profit. It doesn't mean that you can't be successful because of the shrinking market. So, big topic. Watch the video. All right, so sales process. Let's speed up. All right, okay, the sales process. Okay, it's all about lead generation, lead nurturing, conversion, and retention. What I mean is, which is the attracting potential customers, the lead generation, right? And lead nurturing means keep the potential customers engaged, and the conversion means turning potential customers into the paying ones, obviously. And then lastly, the retention, to keep customers loyal and reduce the churn. So churn is one of the most important, and the margin is also important, but a big topics to talk. So that's why it's an umbrella term. I can't dive in so much each slide. Please excuse me, because the go-to-market strategy is all about the overview, right? So somebody has to buy in short, and you need to build a system out of this to go that market, to capture and capitalize your target market, and the proper sales process. You need to well define, and we will give actionable items in the deliverables. I will explain. So, all right. We talk about the go-to-market strategy, how you can set up and things like that, and what are the more important things, like but I think one of the most important things to address here is actually how planning should be. So planning is like, I'm not super fan of the planning, by the way. So I plan, but I still stick with my intuitive approach on most of the things, because it never works. Plans designed to be not work. It's like, right. So what does it mean is like iterative. This is something that I call iterative planning. Like this is really, I didn't check on the internet. This is what I really define. Iterative planning means like a video overview plan, loosely plan, like vague plan that is linked to your intuitions, like your daily life, your actions, your things, and interchangeable. It means it's a flexible and it's modular, and it's always keep updates itself with the feedbacks. So I can change the entire presentation right now if Ginny says something to me. That's what it means. But I will still stick with the outline, but based on the condition, I can change. So this is what flexibility means. And modularity means I create the modules that can be also aligned with her and customized based on their needs. And then again, the feedbacks is things again. This is every plan should be. This is a little bit also related to. I mean, this is also a little bit about with other things too. Or everything related about planning, but for the go-to-market planning is important. So otherwise, I'm not going to stop. So I'm just kind of. All right, what iterative planning is. Have you ever heard Gantt chart? Yeah, Gantt chart. Everybody knows Gantt chart, I guess. So it basically means time planning with some tasks and stuff. Again, I'm not super fan of it, but I do it anyway. The best thing is, again, going back to the previous slide, make it flexible, modular feedback, and then able to change with the feedbacks. Even the design of the Gantt chart is not like easy to updatable. When you update something, I already messed up. All the time chart. That's why make it very much high level, like very much vague. But if you have a or the go-to-market, I mean, but if you have a specific campaign, that it should be well planned. All right. So set up some milestones and dependencies. Dependencies means like tasks and events that rely on the completing the this plan, this campaign, right? All right. Feedback look pretty acceptable, so I'm not going to go. Okay, pricing strategy. This is one of the most things that people screw. Why people screw? All right. I will spend more time in here, like 5 minutes. So buckle up, sit tight. All right. So again, I'm mentioning here the Steve Jobs. Have you ever watched Steve Jobs' presentation like that? I think everybody watched, right? So he does one trick in every presentation about the pricing. He always shows that bigger price and cuts off into a smaller price that is actually intentional, which is the original price, but show us as like a bargain. People are like, wow, in the room become, whoa, it was $4,000 and then become $1,000. What? It's a steal, bro. It's a bargain. Shut up and take my money. Here's my credit card. It's not a credit card, but anyway. So take my, I see card. And then this is like, people are crazy. And then right after it, next day, people are sleeping on the 4 a.m. in front of the store to buy the damn product that is reduced from $3,000 to $1,000. How can you achieve this one? So this guy, this bad boy, created $3 trillion worth of company, right? I mean, established. Not he didn't bring them to trade. He died, obviously. So, but you guys everybody know. But he built something, a foundation that has become for $3 trillion. If you think about it, how big is the $3 trillion? It's bigger than some countries out there. And it can literally slow some countries. He can buy the countries with their own citizens, healthcare system, resources. Can you imagine how valuable this company is? So let's appreciate this genius out there. He created really big heritage for the world. A good success story. All right, pricing strategy. So it's all about building irresistible, itchy offer structure. It used to be itchy, like I must buy this shit. So I have to buy that thing. And the prices is like a bargain. So most people are putting out like it's free or something like that. Free is not a business model. Freemium is a business model. That's something that needs to be talked, but not too much. So some of the important items in the cost pricing is a cost-based pricing, setting up prices based on the production cost plus markup. And value-based pricing means setting prices based on the perceived value from the customer. This is what makes this bad boy unique, the Steve Jobs. Competitive pricing, setting prices based on what competitors change. He also does this too. Dynamic pricing is adjustable prices based on the market demand, time, blah, blah. So let's focus. I want to focus on two things here, which is competitive pricing and value-based pricing. He utilized value-based pricing is like based on how much people value, but also really interconnected with the certain the competitive pricing by seeing. You can also watch in that video. We will watch. I think we're gonna have time for this. How he's seeing the competitors and adjusting his pricing, but he also in his game because the hardware product super hardly connected into the cost, the hard cost of this. If you're running just like DK, if it is a software product, every time you produce your product for one customer, your cost doesn't increase that much, right? That's why the margins are generally high in the software product. I mean, I'm assuming that the product sells itself, and then I'm assuming that your cost for selling also to customer acquisition cost is also much lower than your LTV. If it is, you will be very much a profitable company, right? So, but most hardware products really rely on the cost-based pricing plus the markup. What markup comes from the value-based pricing? So, I would sell something. I mean, hey, let me give you a live example here. Because you guys start the board. I will make it full screen. So, I will sell this book. This is like this. Say $10, $20.
Yeah, more than $10.
Let's say $20 book, right? I can sell this book $1,000. How can I? Okay. Can I do it? I will try to send $1,000. It's hard, right? I don't know what does. Huh?
Regarding marketing.
Oh, sorry, I can't even understand. All right, let me try to sell this book for $1,000. So to creating some engagement. All right, you guys start to get bored, I know, with the presentation. So, all right, this is $20, right? All right, but here's the thing: if you buy this book, I will give you next 1 year. One session about this book as an accountability partner, as an advisor for 1 year entirely. Is it still doesn't justify the $1,000 per year?
It's getting closer. Yeah.
All right. If you do this one, I will also feature you in my blog post. I will write started to become bargain.
어.
It started to become bargain. Okay, I will write a blog post about you. If it is not, all right. If you buy this book, at least I can guarantee you the 5 related people, your customers, will contact you. How I'm sure I will explain. So anyways, anything that I just throw away from my mind is actually scalable. So for example, I'm going to write a blog post about it, but I will just feature you in a blog post with the other people. I will just like 100 people in that one blog post. It's nothing is exclusive. When I say that I'm going to be giving you a session, maybe I will put you into a group session with 100 people in it. So still scalable for me, still valuable for you. And I also said that I will introduce you some people. Basically, I will just make a lot of social media campaign that is includes you will be there. So I'm pretty sure that at least 5 to 10 people are going to reach out to you. So that's the meaning. So still valuable because you see the return on investment of all of this. So it's become a $1,000 package right now. I create a package out of this. So perceived value increased. I could sell. I will sell. So that's what the pricing really means, guys. So this is magic. All right. So execution. This is the last part. I'm on time. Beautiful. So execution for traction. So purposely these titles are chosen this way. If you remember the strategy, right, was paired with the planning. Planning is not a strategy, right? So there was the strategy, there is the planning, and there is the execution. So strategy is always like the thinking part and finding the shortcuts that how you can reach at that goal. And execution is one thing, hard work, really hard work. Execution is really putting things in the hard work. But if you build a proper feedback loop between each other, you can come up with easier, simple solutions, faster execution in there. So for example, maybe initially I'm selling, why I'm always referring this book, I don't understand. Let's say initially, in order to sell my, it's the stick of my head. So let's say I'm trying to sell my my boot camp. Currently I have boot camp, right? By one calling people, cold calling. Initially it might work. I might, because instead of learning something is actually good, but eventually I think that, so that makes people, is the strategy. What if strategy always come with this kind of things that can make you what if questions, things can make you ask what if question. What if I find some distributor partners that also feature into their network? So as like an affiliate partner into their audience on their LinkedIn profile, create a post about me so I can sell better. It's easy. So all I need to do is not calling people, not doing the hard work like sweat. I reach out to these partners and incentivize them, they work for me. So if immediately my results that coming potentially can come from the hard work become 10x, 10 times grower. In the normal logic, if I just stick with the hard work, that's why it's hard work doesn't work all the time. It has to be paired with the intelligence, so which is the strategy, right? So there always has to be right balance between each other. If I would just stick with the hard work, I would need to work like 10 years in order to reach the 1 year of gold. It wouldn't make sense, right? So it wouldn't make sense. Strategy needs to make sense. It needs to make people rethink. Hey, it works. We learned something, really appreciate it. We need to update right now. What if we instead find blah, blah, blah? So it needs to be iterative, modular, and then change with the feedbacks so you can put it. That's why the titles also align this way. So you need, for strategy, you need the theory information to feed that strategy, the first principles thinking. So you come up with the first principle, you know the logic behind, and then you come up with the strategy. And then you put in the traction, you put into the planning for execution, and finally you execute for traction. So this is the last part. So how to, from now on, you will notice that things start to become more actionable, and there is a bonus action, and which is the fourth action, is doing something. Okay, we will do something together. All right, on time. So from now everything going to become more actionable. So how to build a viral engine. So we talk about the go-to-market strategy and stuff like that. Now we are getting into the things. So this is one of the most asked questions out there. I also want to talk a little bit about how to build a viral engine into your go-to-market strategy, which is also will be part of the your marketing plan will be part of the go-to-market strategy, per market, per target audience, and so on. So a good marketing campaigns is always, because it's interconnected, interlinked, come with the, I mean, in my opinion, I oversimplify. There is a lot of the other things out there. In order to oversimplify, I create 3 buckets: the wow factor, the cows marketing, and incentivization. This is what makes the viral engine. It creates a, I mean, there are even, trust me, much more than things. And just in sake of this workshop, I oversimplify related with the topic also. The wow factor, that some elements, some factors that your product or service that can create a buzz. People like, wow, makes people wow, and then makes people talk. If you see this Chanel advertising, you see the lady's eye is opening. So I don't know how they create this one, but it's pretty wow advertising. So makes people talk. If you see in this bus stop, you will talk with your friends. You know, you will even take a video because it's shocking. Whoa, the eyes is opening. So makes people wow with somehow. So it's something. And the next thing is the cause marketing. It's aligning with the social cause that boosts the brand image and appeal, the appeal of the brand. That also can make people sticky and shareable. Last session, 2 days ago, the Chris was talking about this because this is his specialty. He's really good at go-to-market strategy. This is his job technically, on mostly in cosmetics, but other industries as well. And I mean, initially was for political campaigns. So political campaigns also tap into a lot for cause marketing. But brands also can utilize this pool. But the huge but, join Red Alert. It shouldn't mix. It shouldn't be the first reason that people buy your product. Otherwise, it would be even unethical. So can you imagine? I always use the cause marketing to make people buy and I get rich. And no, it should be like a secondary church things on there. You know what? I'm buying this one, but they also keep one buy and I'll give B back too. So there has to be some sort of alternative. It gives an additional option that this is a good company, but I'm not only buying for this. That's the reason. So what is the sole purpose of a company in the economy? What is the sole purpose of a company?
Money.
Yeah, needs to make money, needs to make profit, or it wouldn't even exist. We wouldn't even talk about the business. So it's not a charity. Charity is something different. But if you add something that's social in it, a little bit pinch, a little bit MSG, it will boost the taste. That right? It's important. So incentivization, offering something to encourage people's behaviors. So that is also, it's if you look at, I wish I have more time to talk about the viral marketing. I will create an entire presentation on it. It's just one slide, just give an overview. If you look at all the market viral campaigns or viral anything coming to your face on your feed, on your Instagram or something, there is this kind of components. Just look closely from now on. Build a consciousness, and when every time you use your smartphone, your social media, or watching the TV, what makes that kind of viral is this. There is a wow factor that makes people shock, or there is some sort of cause driven, and some incentivization makes people incentivize in an economical sense, or to spread that message out. So again, everything is all about viral marketing. Viral marketing is all about makes people reshare. You need to build a component that makes people reshare. I will show you one case study at the end about this, which is I did it recently. It's crazy right now. With 40 people reshare my post. So all right, we're talking about the execution. So the next topic is the manifesting and building in public. Okay, let me ask the audience again. Have you ever heard something like build in public? build in public. Build in public. Alvarez, I mean Jinho, do you know build in public? It's a manifest. It's a movement, a startup movement. Do you guys know?
Yeah, you told me.
You heard that? I think we talked before this one. Right?
I heard it.
First time?
Yeah, from you. First time. Yeah.
Building in public is a movement of product building. I mean, it's basically you use the benefits of transparency and community engagement to create a continuous feedback loop and grow the company a much faster, better, stronger, better. I mean, basically, I'm not talking about open source or something. I'm talking about building in public. So, for example, you could. I mean, there are companies out there who utilize the building public. For example, Mailchimp, and this is one of the good examples out there. Maybe Deal.com was also similar from the most. There are a lot of good companies from my company here also does the same building public because it's really good. Basically, you could come up with an idea, startup idea, put it in the Twitter or LinkedIn first, get some feedbacks, and build upon slowly and slowly, iteratively. And each process you publish whatever you learn, whatever you're building together up there with full transparency. Again, when I say full, still 100% transparency is impossible because you're supposed to be a private company, which is you don't have to share everything, right? It's an enterprise, free enterprise means it's a private company. Literally means private company. You don't have to share how much money you're making, for example, to anybody, by the way, unless you become a public company or if it is a investor or something like that. But when it comes to building public, what we are mentioning is actually the product building process, that kind of transparency we are talking about. The more transparent you open with a strategic manner, the faster you will grow. Trust me, just try. I started to implement into the recent products on Open4Co, my company. And by the way, anything we do in the Founder Institute is also like the same. Only the sessions itself, we don't publish too much. Most of the things we put it out there because every company should be a research institution which is supposed to publish something. So utilize the content creation is one of the most important things. Very important thing about the building a public moment. So let's create the feedback. Look again, talk about always the feedback. This is very, very useful. Building public is really utilize this one, and then build brand trust in very affordable price. What I mean is like you're a small company with 2-3 people. I mean, it doesn't matter if you have 100 people. It's a small company. Building brand, marketing, these are all costed things, but if the CEO, the most important company, manifests this and build in public in the LinkedIn and stuff, that builds a trust, right? And when it comes to the building public, it's community building, one of the most important things. So, okay, let me make a big bold statement here by reposting. Ready?
Cool. Yes.
Big bold statement. I hope.
No, give me a second.
you need to hold us like this.
Okay.
All right. Are you guys ready?
No, not okay.
If you don't have an audience, you don't have a business. You gotta have an audience that follows you and then helps you and something. So there is no business out there. Me, Erdich, stuck in the room and publish. Yes, some of them, but at the end of the day, they will have to go out and then build a community around their company. You gotta have an audience around your business, a community. And alternatively, I mean, most preferably you join some communities, feed your business out there, which is what accelerators are doing technically. And I would highly suggest everyone to join all the communities out there and then utilize it to grow your own audience. And I recently published one article. Let me put it. Jean, can you please go to the Open4Co, open4.co/blog, the most recent article you will see. This put into the chat. So recently, I mean, even though you don't have a product, you still can get traction because it's all about building a community around it. I mean, which is the more collaborative community around this. So let's open it. Anyways, we will put into the chat that article. We highly recommend you to have a look. Basically, you don't have to have a product or anything to get traction. You seriously need to build a community around this. Doesn't matter how early is this. Even with just an idea, you start building a community, and it's also interconnected, intertwined with building public movement. So you need to put it something out there. You need to put some content out there in order to build a community. In order to build a community, you need to put something out there. All right. That also, if ideally, should be create some viral engine out. All right. Which building community creates engagement with the users. Again, it creates feedbacks and makes people loyal to things. Let's say I'm hearing you loud and clear. Maybe you are not popular that much. You come up with the idea. You don't have a community yet, right? How can you build a community? Events. Simple idea. Create events. Invite people. In order to create events, making events is one of the most simple form of doing something what people want. So even though you have a crappy product, even though you have I don't know, that the product doesn't work yet, you still come up with an idea, event idea, bring people together, make networking, eat together. So people can share that at least your vision. Maybe this is, you don't have anything, any business idea, but you have vision. You can still make people come together and so on. And the second thing is content. So you create content out of this, put it public, and then so on. So it's looping. So these are the one of the most easiest way of building a community around it. But if everybody creates events, it will be a chaos right in the world. So that's why the content is also very useful. All right. So lunch, we have an entire module about lunch, like a 1 hour long presentation I have, but I will try to summarize in one slide. So again, it's covered in my bootcamp. I have a bootcamp, highly recommend everyone to join, and on traction through collaborative building a collaborative audience. And as you wish, it's free. If you have free time, so just join. And it's a guaranteed collaboration, guaranteed partnership in it. So let me summarize what the collaborative launch means. So every launch has these 5 major components, which is a ghost launch, pre-launch, launch, and post-launch. So when it comes to the go-to-market and scale, which is our topic right now, any targeted market, you're gonna need to make some launch campaign. But it's also a little bit controversial, especially led by the Y Combinator. Basically, what they are saying that you shouldn't even launch a product. You should just launch it constantly. You should not plan it, which they are right in a sense of agility. So your launch, your startup development should be super agile. So you shouldn't think too much and plan too much about launching campaign or something like that. But I can guarantee you that you can make it this one in a week format. Just building a conscious around it will boost your productivity of product launches, product launch or whatever launch you have. Maybe you're gonna launch an event series, a blog post series, you still can launch. So always keep launching is a good thing, but there is just different time frames of these actions. Basically, the 5 components in it. Actually, until the launch is 4 components. Let's focus on the 4 components. Post launch is the pretty self-discovery. So basically, you would create one blog post today about the ghost launch, and next day is a pre-launch, pre-launch, and a pre-launch and launch. Or you would do it every week time frame or monthly framework. So format. So one of the graduates from the Japan cohort, previous cohort, we are building a Kickstarter campaign, and with this framework, which very much details hundreds of items in the Gantt chart, each module here, the launch framework, has a month, like a month of work for the ghost launch, amount of work for pre-launch, amount of work for pre-launch and launch work. So let me explain. So you can do it daily format too. Doesn't matter. If you put more time, of course, going to be more things. So based on your the preferences, you can adjust the time frame, but the results going to be different. So what does it mean? Ghost launch means. Ghost launch means you are publishing something out there. There's something coming. So something out of blue. You start talking about how to write a book. Can I also mention? It's super useful, something physical. Yeah? So let's say I'm going to write a book about what's that? Marketing.
Mhm.
Let's say go to market and scale book. Right? I like book smells, by the way. I don't know, kind of fetish. So I love the book smell. So books, let's say, okay, I don't know anything about the books, let's say. But I partner with someone, with Jim. He helped me for writing their book and so on. Again, in a collaboration for going on. Anyway, let's say, assuming that, in this scenario, let's assume that the product is ready, not like a Kickstarter campaign. All right, I will put content out there and I will announce people, again, building in public. It should be in a moment. I will put out how to write, I will create content related about how to write a book. Create some contents out there and make some events maybe, but without even talking about the book itself. Don't say anything. So this is called ghost launch. You make a bait. You create some buzz around that topic that you're going to publish something. And the next phase is the pre-launch, means you define that something is coming out there, which is the book. I'm thinking about writing a book. What do you guys think like that? So you get the feedback. Oh, what is it about? How is that? Blah, blah, blah. So people asking questions, things like that. Super useful. Use that framework. Make a tattoo. Ghost launch. And pre-launch means basically you decide the date. In August 22, I will be launching my core, book and core on it, or I will be launching my book. So say the date. You create more content, make events for every city maybe, or one blog post each. Then the launch is previous, obviously the launching and then doubling down on the growth. So each phase actually accelerates the speed of the progress and then makes people involved into the launch process and makes people collaborate with you to make it even more enhanced, the success of the launch of the book or whatever you're launching. So, and each phase should be paired with the asking people to collaborate with you. Basically, you could say, if you give a like to my post, I will feature you in my book. It would be super hard to write everybody in the book maybe, but I don't know how many people are going to join for this, right? So it's all about rewinding the toy. So if you're more than 25 years old, you will probably have play with this kind of toys. Right? You wind the machine, jig, 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 and then release it. Right. So if you would wind the toy very quickly based on the size of the thing, or you would wind a giant one with slowly but surely, but build up some energy on it and then release it in the launch state. So that is all of the logic is behind is this. Right. That brings me to a month ago, we did a session here in the workshop. Basically, it was about the partnership development stuff, right? So I want to remind you guys that we did this one, which is we talk about how to build an offer, a killer offer for makes people to, sorry, not killer, offer, that charming offer that brings you to and collaborates with you, right? So you remember that one? Ask an offer we create together, like partnership development related session, we did a workshop.
Oh, yeah.
So that is related about it. So we define a thesis, partnership thesis, a collaborative thesis that why people should be incentivized to join your company. something like that. So we did that session before. So just you can remind yourself just as a part of it. All right, the last point I want is the scale and expansion. So there are ways to scale the company. I mean, the go-to-market efforts, basically identify new markets and open a new geographic, they could be, or new demographics. You can expand the product at that angle. And a product line expansion, basically you find different products for interconnected with your product and so on. So now it's your time. From now, we will do stuff. So workshop begins from now. And these are the deliverables, FI delivers first. Then we will end up end the session by really doing something in this room. Wait for it, stick with it, you will surprise. And we will do a collaboration together. But these are the FI deliverables related about go-to-market scale, which is related about things that we talked right now in the last 1 hour. And now, please open your FI dashboard. Let's get down to business. So basically, these are the things that action items I created from the deliverables of the FI dashboard. Yeah, you have related by this week, which is go-to-market scale. And I only choose the deliverables is needs to be explained. So basically we have, this is the 4th deliverables, which is marketing messaging, which we talked, I give the theory of it, and I will show you how to make the action on it, and which Ginny also asked how, right? So we have the marketing messaging, we have the marketing tools, email capture, sales plan, customer acquisition channels, conversion rates, unit economics, growth goals, growth plan, and everything has an action plan, right? So just stick with it. All right, sit tight. So I want you to open your FI dashboard on deliverables. Oh, FI dashboard. This is
no.
yeah. They will open it themselves. So did you put this on there? Building in public. So not people public. You don't need to have attraction. The title is this. No, you don't need attraction to build.
Love it.
Yeah, that it's good hit.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I will talk about that while you guys preparing it. You guys open it, right? Okay. Anyway, I think maybe I will make it very short this one because it's written there. Everything written and with action steps in it. Pretty self-descriptive. Descriptor. So let me see. You open. DK, you open. Agoras, you're still on the way. Agoras, I keep saying Agoras. Gino. Gino.
Hello.
Are you on the way or are you able to reach your laptop?
Yeah, I can. Yes, a little bit.
You're on your laptop?
Yeah, I'm using for another purposes now, but I can access my laptop.
Oh yeah, yeah. From now I will just talk about the deliverables. That's why. Junhong Park. Who's
It's from
Junhong?
retail.
Yes, can you hear me?
John. This is John. Right? John, thank you for joining us. So from now we will talk. We will talk about the theory and the planning and then execution plans, that kind of things about the go-to-market strategy, and pretty much deep dive we make it. So now we are talking about the deliverables, FI deliverables. There, the most important deliverables I extracted and then dissect into action items as a list, so you can do it better. You see? Can you click show? Nothing coming up. Oh. DK, do you have the same problem?
지금 안 열려요. 쓸
No,
수가 없.
I don't have a problem.
You are able to see your deliverables.
You are-
Go to market deliverables.
Ah, market deliver.
Go to market
About
on your dashboard, FI dashboard.
다른 거.
I'm sorry. So
No. I think many people has this problem. Someone, Alex, can you type to Yuli?
Mhm.
They cannot see their deliverables on their dashboard. Why?
Oh.
Some problem. I mean,
okay.
go to market. Go to market.
다른 건 되는데.
Go to market and scale week. You can see all the weeks. As a product developer, can you please?
Other thing I can write down.
Yes, you can, right?
I can write down.
Oh,
only this
only
one.
that week. I don't know. Maybe a system error or something disabled. You can do remotely.
Maybe yeah.
Yes, you
Yeah.
can do, okay.
Only go to market.
Yeah,
and
just say
cannot
that.
write down.
Go to market and scale weeks. Deliverables are not shown into their dashboard, so they cannot feel they cannot read. They cannot even read their deliverables. Oh, strange. Let's see what is the reason. All right. Okay, we mentioned to Yuli. She can figure out. I mean, within a day, I think we can figure out after this. But I will introduce you anyways. So, guys, these are the FI deliverables. So, marketing messaging. We talked about the theory. Let's talk how you can do it. So, you will write in a minimum 3 distinct marketing messages for your solution or your company or whatever. Each message should be 140 characters. And you will choose different words, different concept for each message. It needs to be distinctly different, but about the same thing. I will say that, okay, again, the book. I will say that I will focus on the return on investment point of view of this book. Hey, this book will make you more money, increase your sales more of %. This is one message. As another message, this will make your make this book another message. But this the same book is this will make your audience mesmerized, fall in love with you, and then reach you out. Different message. And another one is this book is cheap as something. So I just stop there. All right. This book is very affordable to buy or something. I will just focus on pricing, for example. So some different angles you will write it up, and then you will create a paid advertising. Yes, you're gonna spend money. I'm here now. Oh, why do you need to spend money? Yeah, without spending money, you're gonna make money. So okay, that's true, guys. Even your time is a money. So I mean, it's your founder time is a money, right? So it has to be some marketing budget. And that's how. So you're gonna need to aim to get at least 100 clicks across these 3 messages. Ideally, each of them, but not every of them going to get more clicks. That's why we're creating multiple campaigns, multiple messaging. Which one people reacting the most? Maybe the ROI. Oh, this book will make me more money. So it's about the business book. If you see that most business books actually focus on the return on investment point of view. That's what case study. My business grows 30% after buying this book. I make $1 million. So yes, they market that way because this is a business book, right? So you will alternate the messaging around that angle too. So by choosing the ROI of the message. Okay, so pretty easy. Basically, you will create 3 messages, 140 characters about your product, and then choose a target audience and then create advertising. Hey, is there anyone who didn't create advertising on social media platforms? Did you? You already did, right? You do. Agro is already doing that. I think everybody. It's like even from your phone on Instagram, I can create like in 3 minutes an advertising campaign. It allows you this one, and then put the money, and in 3 minutes I have a campaign submitted for review, and then we're good to go. So it's pretty simple. And then you will be measure and then analyze it. You will see more details on your deliverables. You will, based on how many people reacting the most of that thing. So which means we need to build an entire messaging around that message across these among these three messaging. Right. Marketing tools. This is all about what kind of marketing tools you need to set up your business in order to get the most out of the go-to-market. Again, actions we're talking about. Again, you're gonna do this one. This one you might not be able to right away. That's just something introducing, but these are action items. If you do it, your business grow. What? You have to do it, your business grow. Guarantee. Almost guarantees, no, legally speaking, almost guarantee that your business will grow if you do this in the right way by yourself. There is no magic stick guide, that nothing can be guaranteed, of course, but it's just a joke. Same wise. So, but this is the right way. This is the best practice. If you do it, it's good for you. So, what are the marketing tools out there? I don't want to tell you right now. I want you to research related about your business. But major categories are like the analytics, email management, and A/B testing solutions out there. Just list it up, and then use some of them. Maybe a couple of them going to be excessively used, but some of them going to be sometimes used. So it's pretty good. And then ask your friends, what do you think about that tool? For example, for email management, I use MailChimp. I recommend. For website management, I use Wix. I don't know. And so on. For analytics, I use what? Google AdSense account, something like this. So just list it up, make it available, make it very convenient for you, because so you need to be always keeping an eye on your go-to-market, because it's about your sales, your growth, right? And get familiar with it. So this is pretty easy stuff. So email capture, you're gonna set up an email newsletter. Do you have an email newsletter?
Email list.
Email newsletter. Do you have?
Yes.
You have. Do you have email newsletter? Email newsletter.
Oh, no, not yet.
You should. Email newsletter.
We use it.
You guys use. Jinho and other people, if you don't have a email newsletter, I mean, this is actually an email sequences thing. Again, oversimplify, it means regularly sending emails to your audience and gain subscribers to this and feed this audience. Again, all about we're talking about here, building community, go to market. Those are the very much actionable things that we're trying to show you guys. If you do it right now, today, in 5 minutes after this session, you will get some traction. Like, I know it's boring, but it works. I'm not talking about up in the air things. Again, we're talking up in the air, but we bring it down. Now we're in the ground level right now. We're in the core right now. So, and from this work, we want you to be secure at least 10 people subscribe. I'm assuming that you're not a early stage that much, so you should be able to have 10 people. You can make subscribe each other. You should. So everybody should be subscribed each other's email things, and then set up some sequences. Sequences means like in every action, you can have different type of email chains. But again, if I dive in too much, I'm not going to be able to use the time efficiently. So again, set up an email and regularly start sending email. You might ask like what I'm going to send there. Okay, I can answer this. Again, that's why I was introduced to the building in public moment. That's why I was introduced to the collaborative lunch and collaborative building process. Basically, you can update people your recent updates. If you ask people to collaborate with you, you're going to have a lot of chance to capture some content and put on that email list to keep updating people, providing something news. Ideally, you can write also a blog post and like launch an event. So keep feeding that secret, the communication. Sales plan, for the sales plan deliverables, the objective is like a realistic but aggressive sales plan. Some people are in active sales in here, so they know what they're doing, but I'm not sure that everybody has a proper documentation. So if you go to your FI delivers, you will see that suggested documents on there, some spreadsheets and some items there, tools that you can use it. Okay, it's going to be a 3 months vision planning on sales plan with weekly goals, weekly breakdowns, and so on, what the action items and so on, and tasks listed up. Ideally, use a Gantt chart, which is you will see in your deliverables, a Gantt chart template, customize it again, make it modular, flexible, and able to update with the feedbacks. Okay, customer acquisition channels basically identify what are the customer acquisition channels that you can have. It could be a social media corner, maybe public relations, PR, online advertising, and offline advertising. Maybe you will create a banner in front of the Guru office to grab. Maybe there is a lot of investors' office in this building. You create a banner out there, physical banner I'm talking about, and then make people call you. That would be a crazy idea. Instead of I need to make online advertising. No, I need to go and pitch them. No, maybe why not create a banner? So you see, they're kind of crazy ideas you can come. I mean, there is no creativity has no limits, right? And then define the cost of this acquiring these channels. Again, you will see more details on your deliverables anyway, so I'm not going to dive in so much. We want you to have an entire spreadsheet of plan, go-to-market plan that includes this, your acquisition channels, your sales plan, and so on. I know it's a lot of work. This workshop packed with a lot of information, but don't panic. Everything on your deliverables anyways. So, and then this is also recorded. Conversion rate. So this is very important. I want you to grab your attention, guys. We want you to calculate how much conversion rate that you have on each these acquisition channels and prioritize. You will test it with your marketing messaging, some of them, and you will be prioritizers of these customer acquisition channels and double down on that and do more, basically. So in order to understand what works for you is actually doing it. That's why we give these deliverables. Bam! So for example, for me, for my company, events works the best. Content, events works the best. And literally collaboration works the best. So we create a lot of different small collaborative opportunities to make people collaborate. So okay, and unit economics, how do you calculate this one? You were asking, right? So with this messaging campaign, you will have some idea that how much does it cost to bring a customer, and how much charging I am from him. This is going to be. So for that book again, I will spend $1 per one click to bring in my landing page of this book on internet, $1, but I will charge $10 out of this from him, from that person, from they, and which is basically 90% margin on the customer acquisition cost based on customer acquisition marketing effort versus the LTV, how much you're charging. And it's not an LTV yet. He just bought one product. Maybe he's gonna buy more stuff. Maybe I create a funnel approach, like $10 book is the beginning of the funnel, and I have the $100 package and a $1,000 consultant boot camp package, blah, 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 something like that. I will set 1,000 up there. So LTV could be huge. So customer acquisition cost you will measure with these activities, but the most important thing has to be the cost versus. Right, you will create one spreadsheet about this that includes the cost and the charging price, LTV correlation will be included, which is you will see in the guide in the link there in your deliverables dashboard. And growth goals, basically, again, go check it out. Too much. And growth plan, you will set up some growth plans and then find an accountability partner for this. This is the last one. I can be happily your accountability partner until the program ends. After that, I will be happily become your advisor or something, whatever you want to do. We can talk business after that. But during the program, which is, my job is helping you. So you can use anybody here as an accountable partner. Jean, Alex, me, Yuli. Yuli is a little bit busy. But I mean, with the operations and background things, makes things running. But still can be. So me, you can use me as accountable, but every office hour can be used as accountability function. Like, hey, I did this one, what do you think? Hey, I did this one. I can also help you to prioritize the best actions out there. So I know it's hard. Building a great company is always hard. Like go-to-market is, as you can see, it's such a spider web, too much things inside, right? And you're gonna have at least 10 different items on each angle. It's that much complex anyway. So, but it has to be parallel growth, parallelly run together. So one of the attention needs to be always there. So you gotta sell. You gotta sell. This is the purpose of FI. We make people get traction. Okay. So, okay. From now, let's focus now what we can achieve in this room in the remaining time. Boom. Which is all right. Bringing back some collaboration opportunities identified in your sheet. That time we talk about partnership development. Do you guys know? I want you to open that document. You remember? Partnership development. Let me show my that if I show that presentation, everybody going to remember this mini workshop we did together. Remember? If I run the things, you will. Is anyone remember this one? How partnerships play a role on startup growth? Remember? And then we did the workshop after that similarly. We opened the Google Doc, and remember this one? How partnership could have for growth, right? That was again the missing puzzle. Remember that this is the very similarity with the go-to-market framework. Like what are the tools, the vehicles that goes that goal, which you can also use different type of things. So that was the missing puzzle, which is the partnerships component on it. So so we provide a sheet for this that we design ask and offer statement, define the potential partners, that kind of things, and so on. So I will just get back. I mean, if you can open that one, if you can find for it, it will be very much useful on as a groundwork to remember. Anyway, let me find for you guys. Okay. Just let me give it a bit of time to find that document. It's here, I guess. I'm gonna share my screen. And Yuli, I mean, your voice is outside. Can you please provide us, because I cannot find the partnership workshop we did, right? We have a sheet that everybody has. We're right there. Can you please find me and send me that one? Because I cannot find easily. Yeah, from WhatsApp. Thank you. I'm waiting here. See you. So it will be with that document, we plan out like what kind of partnerships that you can have, what kind of things are here. It will be a good groundwork that what we can achieve together right now, because I want to remember what we were planning. Okay, waiting from the Yuri. Meanwhile, you can meanwhile, maybe shall we watch the video of that Steve Jobs?
Yes.
Let's look. While the Yuli finding that sheet, let's, as a breakdown, let's watch that thing. Sorry. All right. I will make it double speed because he talks slow. All right, guys. Rest in peace. Good guy. Challenging guy though. He wasn't a normal guy. Like a little bit strong character and challenging character. So have you watched anything related about Steve Jobs?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I read 3 books and 3 movies. Have you? Yeah, I mean, amazing. Speechless.
The subject of this one is really important, which.
So let's see which this is as a bonus deliverable I suggest you to do to create a video after making this FI deliverable planning. Again, FI deliverables are not homework. You're supposed to have that kind of deep planning, which supposed to be done in a couple of days, not like months. It's not that much hard. You can just double down and create something that will be potentially can be 10x or 100x your company. Really. So even though you do something like active sales, it might you still need a kind of the system to capture your growth and measure it. So it's pretty important. Let's see how he's pitching to his own team, their go-to-market, until we finally go to the next stage. We have time for it. Let's see.
Hi, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Steve Jobs.
My name is Steve Jobs. He's introduced himself. Oh my God.
And this is the first of one of many Chalk Talks we're going to have this year together. The subject of this one is really important, which is who is our target customer? Why are they selecting our products over our competitions? And what distribution channels are we going to use to reach these customers? A lot of light bulbs have come on over the last 90 days. I've had.
He talk about the competition market and what distribution channels. Go on. Today's presentation was all about this. Dogs are connecting. All right, let's talk.
The good fortune to be with a lot of you out in the field, meeting customers, getting firsthand information as to what they're doing with our
He's targeting our people on in the field, which is the employees he's mentioning.
products. You have fed a lot of information to the management of this company. We've done a lot of thinking and looked at the data, and all of a sudden out of this data, some very, very important things have come to light. I want to share them with you today. We've had historically a very hard time figuring out exactly who our customer was. And I'd like to show you why.
Even him, even the next competitor, he's the CEO at that time, the next competitor. It was next, right? The name. Yeah. So until we find Alex, we watching the video. He was the CEO, founder and CEO of the next computer, which is the father of this Pro Series, actually, like advanced computer. And he's talking about we were still having hard time to understand our customers. Even him, it's like, come on, guys. Like,
First, look at the workstation
normal. If you don't know your customer, it's just a process.
marketplace.
Let's see how he's defining the market.
Looks something like this.
So as you can see, he doesn't have like advanced spreadsheet or all that. That's why we are trying that interchangeable, flexible planning you require. Just this drawing can work, but you still need something, even just drawing. Let's see how he's doing.
And the biggest player, as you know, in the workstation marketplace is Sun.
Sun, founder, the Indian origin guy, he's now become billionaires, and he's a very legendary Khosrow Ventures, legendary Silicon Valley based investor. Amazing person. Like you should watch his videos. Also, he splits the vision. The oh my God, just watch it.
Second biggest player is HP Apollo. Third biggest player is DEC, and IBM with the RS-6000 is now in the game as well. And then outside the workstation marketplace, the very large market for PCs and Macintoshes, the traditional personal computer market. Now, we looked at the workstation marketplace and we said, wow, we have multitasking. We have great networking, just like the workstations. We use Unix. We have a pretty good development environment. So we're a lot like these folks. But then again, these folks don't really care about user interface, or at least they haven't been able to execute on it if they do.
Underserved needs. See, he's basically making SVOT analysis. Like I first time hear SVOT analysis when I was in the middle school, 12 years or 13 years old, because that was like how everybody guys should make that. I mean, it's literally a child game. Like it's too simple. Strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities, right? But it's such a beautiful and simple exercise with the 4 quadrants to analyze everything in the world, to especially the market, and knowing yourself that everybody can do that kind of things. So with this, he's defining an entire feature of the company with this way. Most important person, most important thing. Again, like I'm mentioning.
They don't really have great third-party application software, and these are not machines for mere mortals. So we're not like them at all. And then we look at the PCs. And we do strive to get a suite of application software that allows us to be just like these folks. We do strive to attain ease of use and actually are easier to use than even a Macintosh today. So we're a lot like these folks. But then again, we have multitasking and networking that is an order of magnitude beyond what you can do with a PC today. So over the last year, we've oscillated back and forth between thinking that the PCs and the Macs were our competitors, and this is where we want it to be, or the workstations were our competitors, and this is where we want it to be. In essence, are we an easier to use workstation, or are we a more powerful PC? And had it not been for a revelation, if you will, 5 or 6 months ago, we probably would still be oscillating today. And what that revelation was that somebody turned up the power of our microscope a little bit, and we saw something very important. And what we saw was that the workstation marketplace is really not just one workstation marketplace, but two. There's the traditional half, which is what we've come to know and love, science and engineering, which does indeed look just like this. But there's a new half emerging, which we're calling the professional half. That is, professionals that are not scientists and engineers who want the power of workstations. And inside this marketplace, there are several submarkets. Publishing, the high end of the publishing market, tech pubs. Medical, a lot of database-driven applications. Higher education, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Legal markets in here, many, many markets are in here. And what's very interesting is Sun is the only company that seems to have eked out a beachhead over here. And our data says that in 1990, Sun sold around 40,000 computers into this market and had about an 80% market share. So the entire professional workstation market in 1990 was about 50,000 units. And Sun had the majority share. That's why we didn't see it before. It was such a small blip compared to the workstation marketplace or, of course, the PC marketplace that it did not show up on our radar screen. But we've seen it now, and it's good that we have, because this is a marketplace that we can dominate, and it's a marketplace that's going to be very large. The market research data that we have, and also our gut feelings from many, many years in the industry, say that this marketplace in 91 is going to grow to about 100,000 units in size. It's going to double this year. And next year in 92, it's going to triple to about 300,000 units. That is a substantial marketplace. What is also exciting about this marketplace is that 100% of our volume goes in here. In other words, if we could ship 50,000 computers into all these markets this year, we would have a 50% market share of one of the fastest growing segments of the entire computer industry. Now, let's examine why this thing is going to grow. What is going to cause this thing to grow from 50 to 100,000 to 300,000 units? Clearly, it is not these people deciding to stop being engineers and go to business school and reemerge over here. That's not how it's going to grow. It's going to grow from two factors. Number one, these folks moving in. PCs and Mac owners deciding that they need more sophisticated networking, more sophisticated development environments, et cetera, deciding they need to step up to workstations. And one other class of users. There's a lot of people now using 3270 terminals or terminal emulators hooked up to a mainframe for database-driven applications. More and more, they are deciding to move their applications onto a powerful desktop workstation connected via networking to the mainframe so that they can get the application out of the mainframe and onto the desktop for more rapid development, for better user interface, and for better economics. So these two factors are what's going to cause this market to increase almost an order of magnitude in size over the next 24 months. And we can get half of it. Now, one of the things that is very interesting is that Sun is today the major participant in this marketplace with an 80% market share. And I personally don't see too many other people being able to move into this marketplace over the next few years. I believe Sun will remain our major competitor. The funny thing is, while we're convincing these people using PCs and Macs and these people using 3270 terminals or equivalents to move in to the professional workstation segment, Sun is, if you will, our friend, because they're going to spend their marketing money to convince people to move into this segment. But the minute they've made their choice to move into the segment, whether we've convinced them or Sun has convinced them, Sun and Next are mortal enemies. And the good news, which we'll talk about in a minute, is that we've had a chance to suit up against Sun with our new products about 15 times in the last 90 days. And we've won 15 out of 15. Now, we want to address what is compelling these people to move into this new category of professional workstations. And secondly, once they've decided to make the move into the category, why are we going to beat Sun? Let's take a look. There's three primary reasons. The first one is that every single customer we've talked to here has the need to write one custom application. They've got one mission-critical app that they've got to write. And so the development environment becomes critical. In addition to that, these applications are very network intensive. So they need very sophisticated networking capabilities, which they cannot find in PCs and Macs. And third, these applications primarily are database driven, which means that they want to write the application on the desktop machine, but this application on the desktop machine through the sophisticated networking is going to communicate with SQL databases running in either an IBM mainframe or running Oracle or Sybase on a Sequent machine, something like that. So they need the sophistication of the networking and the ability to seamlessly talk to databases running on large servers.
All right, thank you, Steve. See you around. Yeah, catch me out later. We'll catch you out later. Steve, oh my God, man. All right, guys. Where is that one? All right. So here's an example collaboration call for you guys. And meanwhile, I'm preparing for you to send me. So as you can see, still I'm trying to open. Okay, sorry for keep you wait. As you can see, it's a simple. The Steve Jobs gives us a good example of how a go-to-market strategy should be in a very simplified way. Of course, much deeper than that. I believe he's doing a lot more. But you can create that kind of pitch video for your own usage, or your team members or your partner can use that way. So if you want to give more deep dive information about how your strategy is this, so it also can make you understand easily better.
Can you send it a link?
Oh, sure, I will send you. All right, from now we will, in order to finalize this workshop has a one call to action. Where is that? Oh, here. This document I will put into Kakao Talk as well, or this chat I will put in for your convenience, and you should make this document very much convenient for you, so you can reference other people. So we make a workshop, if you remember. This is the Korea version for sure, right? Is it Korea written? Yeah, to Korean people. So study and how we are planning that kind of. So let me find your Jinho, not Jinho. With Jinho, we make kind of this kind of whiteboard. I think with everybody we make whiteboarding. I'm trying to find Genie. So Genie, since sign on me. For example, let's talk about the Yonho, which after planning this one, he could go and execute it. Done and dusted, bravo. So Genie also did it, right? So you go and talk with the 10 potential things, and then some of them become a project, I guess, right? So, I mean, return on investment is there. When you do this, you get result, you make sales, you make traction, right? You can't unjustify. I'm even doing this, so I don't get traction. It means maybe your business has some major problems, right? So if you do this, you will get some sort of traction. Maybe 1, maybe 10, maybe 1,000. Maybe you're going to generate millions of dollar revenue. So that article I put in for your comments, have a look. Basically, it's all about manifesting, like kind of making a thesis about what kind of partnerships are you looking for. And I created this one partnership offerings, collaboration call, this is what we call, and I put it public out there. So I will show you one thing that how you can put it in public as an example, as a case study. So recently we have, this is a pretty good example actually. If you follow me on LinkedIn, or if you connected, I might post into our Kakao Guru as well. We launched, my company recently launched a bootcamp, and we reached out for asking a collaboration, right? That was an intentional move. So currently more than 40 people reposted. Here is a collaboration ask. We simply support us on social media by reposting, putting comments, putting likes. In exchange, we will feature your company view in our blog post. We will write a blog post about it. And then on LinkedIn is and by tagging you. So our entire network going to see you in a very quite good collaboration. Like it's you doing your partner with us at least. So it's pretty useful for early stage people, also even people who is building career to get more exposure, every opportunity. I think you should pay attention if there is an every opportunity to get exposure. But this is very much qualified. There are investors in the network. There are strategic partners, the POC people who get large corporate executives. Like these all people are seeing you if you do this. So that was like huge offer. So that's why easily in a little more than one day, more than 40 people reposted just one post. So it also boosted the follower account and impressions and so on. So thousands of people impressions, more than like 9 times more than average than we are able to reach in that short period of time with this collaboration. You can build this strategy for every post that you have. Basically ask people, hey, if you give a like, I will tag you in the comment section in this next post. Boom. So this is pretty actionable things. So why not? You also create for yourself. Now, come up with a collaboration idea, put it public out there, and ask people to collaborate and watch how the magic works. The magic. It's not magic. It's actionable. Within this call, in less than 15 minutes, we can achieve something. So that's why I also mentioned that article, the document that we created together as a workshop, everybody was joined that time. By referencing what you need, you just create one post out there, just test version, and then ask people to collaborate for you. In exchange, give something such as a simple thing. I will feature you in my blog post, next blog post, if you repost my post, something like this. So we highly recommend you to do that, and so on. So again, will be happy for the building the collaborator audience, and it's also a fire starter, and it's also very useful for icebreaker. Let's say if you have a product that is like not easy to sell, but let's say POC required, a deep tech, you still can get to work together with the other partners, your potential partners, with these simple collaboration ideas. So you are reaching out for sales, but you're not selling. But at the end of the day, you're gonna sell anyways, and nobody feels like saying, okay, let me put it here. And it's the rest of it going to be just putting gasoline on that fire and then watch what kind of disaster happens. Then you convert. I will put me on the main stage right now. I want you to grab your attention. I want to grab your attention for one thing. Okay. Everybody wants to buy something, right? You go buy. I buy a coffee. I buy what is this? Fan. I bought this book. Maybe I keep mentioning. I buy this damn laptop. Thanks to the Steve Jobs. Shoes and stuff. Like everybody wants to buy. Agree? Like you want to buy something, not unnecessary things. You want to buy something, but nobody wants to get sold. That's why I hate like itchy level. people who's coming and try to sell me. "Irashamase, irashamase." I don't know how the word is in Korean. Huh? "Oh, can you buy this thing?" I mean, even though I need that water, unless I'm in the desert, and then you give him water, but you show so much pushy. We buy this water, it's helpful, minerals. Bro, I'm dying now, I need water. So I would like to demand, like I should have an option to demand that this is what we want. I want to buy without even sold. Nobody wants to get sold. It's really, it's not natural. And so get smarter. How you can make this product demandable? Because, oh, it's super simple. It's really resilient. Ooh, so good. It is much better than even the automatic fund. You don't even need the charge. How beautiful! It's super less energy I'm putting. So, and then make it available with a lot of touch points, customer touch points, distribution, and make them buy, not sell. Sales is an internal thing. It's a strategic operation, the function of the company. You should not like. I mean, of course, some things require push. But there is a way to do that. So here is the one actionable items that you can do right now. Let's say you want to reach out something for selling a consulting service. Why not reaching out that person for bothering him with the collaboration? Hey, you know what? There is something is cool going on, and I'm running. I'm launching something, and I need. Why not you give me collaborate? In exchange, I will provide you something, maybe a consulting service. Also attached to it. I will publish you in there. I will also feature in my blog. I will feature in my book or something. So in exchange, if it is available something, to create a great itchy offer, they will join instead of selling something. But you will sell something anyway. Or another strategy is out there is like reach out to people by saying that, hey, I have this book, but I'm reaching out to, let's say, DK, and hey, DK, I write that book. I'm trying to sell him right away. Do you know some 5 more people maybe around you who can potentially buy? I'm really like, I believe people like you and related, but you might be interested. Would you be interested to introduce me? That's the killer, right? I sold him without even notice. I'm asking of his partnership. Could you please introduce me? I will also provide you an incentive. I sold him if you buy this book. So he's become my partner, introduced me people, and he also become a customer. He doesn't feel, he's thinking that this is a very good guy, reach him out and is about good opportunity and offer me incentive, maybe a free book. Woo, sold. So with that mindset, with that logic, you can reach in everybody. And it's all start with creating an itchy offer that makes people buy. You need to design something that makes people buy. That is something that I would like to say. So we will drop you in the chat that collaboration thing so you can do if you want, which DK already did it. Ginny, did you do it? For example, this one. Let's see together live example. Okay, 42 people repost. This is an example. Using LinkedIn is very important, guys. Am I showing this? Okay, this is something that is a most recent thing. That's what I'm showing. It was a bunker. Okay, pretty good. It's like 60 people on like 30 comments, 42 reposts we have. Let's see who is reposting. DK was there. Some people, obviously we reach out some people as, hey, could you please repost? We will feature, blog posts. Why would I not do? So it makes people like think that what is in it for me? Well, why would I not to that joy? If I don't, it's like I'm in the desert, I'm giving the water, but you don't push it. Like you don't say that. You twist the idea that say you need this one. If you join this, you will survive. You need this. So I'm giving to you like an opportunity. If you reach this survey, you're gonna make a lot of sales. Trust me. Come and say just to me. I will make me happy. You can even provide incentives, but as you wish. All right. So I wanna the same way you can insert this kind of system into your blog post, into your any publishing content out there, anything on the LinkedIn, anything. Let's go to, for example, Ginny. Ginny, what is your
비상
busy
비야 비상
B
I G I G N
G N?
N campus.
So do you create contents? Right, you create some contents, all right? Let me give a like. So you could, let's say, exciting news about Design Campus. Hello, LinkedIn community. All right, if you, of course, the offer, the content needs to be a little bit heavy. You could say something that if you give a like, if you join this happy moment of me, I will be happily featuring you in my next post. This is something like very easy collaboration things I'm saying. Like, of course, not the entire picture. You could do it. You can do it. So for the next blog post, please create something out there. As an example of my post I was giving, and then do it. This is really happy to get traction. And then watch how the magic works. So it will force you to think about, I need to create something, an offer. It doesn't even have to be the product itself. Maybe an event, maybe just an event or a blog post or something out there, and ask people to collaborate just for maybe repost or comment, and incentivize them with this small something exchange, which is the feature in the blog post. So it's kind of like vicious cycle of the growth in a minuscule level that you can do in like less than 10 minutes. So I'm dropping a bomb here, like please take it. Really, I want you guys like DK already created. DK, can I check your message? No? All right. I should not open in the public. Okay. He's very nice. DK, you already did it. I appreciate you. DK, your company, tag it there, we will be reachable by thousands of people. You're welcome. What you did is small action. You repost and then maybe some comments, done. So, I mean, you should be joining this kind of things, and you should also create in your own so people can. So it's also like exchangeable. So if you have an offer, because I publish it, you join mine. So people also come and find it. They also join yours. So come on, do it. All right. So almost the time runs out. So I want you guys like pitch to me like a quick idea. Jinho, any idea that you have? Are you available? I don't know. Are you on the move or doing something?
Yeah, just a moment, please.
Oh my God, DK. Nande. Why you forget to create a LinkedIn profile?
Yeah, I have just private LinkedIn.
SAP now create, because
Yeah, I forgot my company LinkedIn.
the collaboration post that we will be creating is going to public today.
Yeah,
Public.
okay.
So by the way, we
Okay.
defined it like champions and community support, that kind of tier-based system. People who give also also will be featured in post, and we will reach thousands of people at that blog post. You gotta be there. Only one more. So your LinkedIn profile. I mean, I'm assuming that everybody has LinkedIn page, like LinkedIn company. Do you have a LinkedIn company page? Did you post my post? Just even give it a like. I will feature it also. Did you create something? Give it just like at least you will be in there. So just join me.
Yeah, sure.
LinkedIn on my LinkedIn.
Mhm.
You already did it, right? I
Yeah,
guess,
yeah.
yeah. So we will tag you. So it will be grow of your LinkedIn profile. So as you can see, in this small short workshop, I know I talk a lot, but we end with one action, minimum. You can join ours, and if you create your own, your audience will grow, you will be visible, and so on. And if you create your own collaboration call right now, it will be also going to be ripple effect, and then it will be more efficient for you. Just come up with an idea, create an event or something, quick blog post, ask people to go. If you agree, post in time, something like that. So Jinho, I know you have some ideas because you are creating your planning your events or something like that. So what you can publish out there in SAP? What do you think, Jinho?
You mean on LinkedIn?
Because you were creating, we were talking about the event creation or something. Do you have anything on your agenda that you can publish Soon?
You mean publishing to LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Like currently I'm focusing on the domestic market and like the it is a private event, so I don't publicly 안녕하세요. 네. I don't publicly promote it yet, but if I get to organize a public event, we've got to actively push out posts there.
Or is there anybody here who is creating regular blog posts or content creation? You know?
I'm creating like blog posts and social media content on Instagram.
I see. How about Ginny? Do you create any blog
Not
posts?
regularly.
But you create LinkedIn posts. Thank you so much for listening us and then doing taking action. Thank you so much. Do you create content posts? You should. Alex, do you create posts on LinkedIn
Yeah,
regularly?
very regularly.
Right. Yeah.
Regularly, but I try to.
Yeah. You have a lot of followers, right? On LinkedIn, I guess. What's something?
So,
John, do you guys create content? The content creation, because brand building is one of the most important things for your business, right? Like highest priority. Do you guys create regular contents? I mean, even B2B, like doesn't have to be B2C all the time. I mean, your business is B2B, right? I mean, if you guys don't have a content creation, because it's about the go-to-market, and next session related about this is going to be the marketing, which I will talk more about it, and I will make you traction. Trust me, I'm a traction guy. I will make you try. Even though you don't have a product, you can come up with an idea and so currently it means I need to dive in each of you. I would love to meet with all of you and identify some opportunities to capture. So I mean, most people overthink about the content creation. It's all about capturing, documenting whatever you're doing. This video we take it right now, right? This one, video. This one, I can create a 20 piece of content out of this, publish on LinkedIn. But because it's internal usage, I would only use something like very universal things, not related about you or something like that, obviously. I can create a lot of content out of this. So look around. There are a lot of opportunities to go. What is the reason that I'm always taking selfie? Right? To share something. Because that's some simple stuff that we should be always taking selfie. So I have a reason to bother people, and then people don't bother so much. Oh, there's something interesting. It's really cool. Oh, it's creating content. So you should be always creating content and invite people to collaborate with you to distribute it. If something really good for them, you should do it. Anyways, let's wrap it up. I'm assuming that you're going to join my campaign. Ginny already did. DK already did. Alex on the way. Jean is already on the way. Agoras, Jinho is on the way too. Agoras, Jinho, you were walking around here. I know you're here.
Yeah.
On the phone. So I will grab you. And then guys, let's make an office hour. A lot of things to up there. I would love to make it like a deep dive session and show you, and then build a marketing engine, growth engine on you. Even though you don't have a product ready yet, let's do it, guys. Let's take a selfie for finalizing this amazing session. You can stop sharing this recording, and see you in the lunchtime. We're gonna have a lunch together, a party from now on. Coffee party. Thank you so much. Shall we take a selfie with including the screen? Guys, don't go. Let me selfie. Oh, sorry.
I'll go there.
Maybe together. Whose phone is the best? Your phone is cool. Thank you so much. Ginny, can you come here? Screen. Who's sharing the screen? Huh?
Oh yeah.
Can you make it full screen, Ginny?
Okay.
All right, let's take a selfie. Sorry. Crazy post. So, yeah. Hi.
Hey.
How are you doing, brother? Hi. Let's go. Let's eat. All right. See you guys.